Hey, welcome to San Diego Land's Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes Bomb Defusal Guide. And basically I'm going to show you how you can play Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes with us either at trade shows or on TeamSpeak online with us. Well, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need, if you're going to be a diffuser, you're going to need a copy of the game. This is available on Steam, or you can also find it on mobile and in VR. And if you don't have a copy, let us know. But most of you are actually going to be playing with the manual, which is free. You can download this on Bomb Defusal Manual, or bombmanual.com, I believe. You can just Google Bomb Defusal Manual, and it'll be likely the first link. But it comes in as a PDF, and I've gone ahead and printed mine because I like to be able to do some notes and color coding in here. And I'm going to show you some of the idiosyncrasies of this game in order to help you get through it easier. And I'm going to try to do it pretty quick here. So I've got a bomb here up on the screen, and normally you wouldn't see both this screen and the manual in the same sitting. You'd be on opposite sides of the table, or again over something like TeamSpeak, Discord, or Skype. So I'm going to go ahead and start the bomb here. Other things I have prepared, I've got a notepad and a pen. And I've got my controller input of choice. I'm using a controller on this because I don't really want to manipulate the bomb with the touchpad, and I don't have a mouse handy. So I can do this pretty well one-handed while I'm holding my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And hello, right away, we're going to be greeted with a bomb that needs defusing. Now this bomb is going to have several modules attached to it, and each module is going to look a little different. And the person who is looking at the screen is going to have to identify which modules they have to defuse by looking at the sides, the top, the bottom, to the people who have the manual. So here we go. This is an 8-minute bomb. Hopefully I can, I might not be able to defuse it, but I'm happy to at least show you some of the interesting things. So first thing I like to do is we're going to pick up the bomb, and we're going to look at it. So we've got some different wires. We've got pin pads. If I rotate the bomb around, let's see if I can rotate the bomb. There's a snooze button over there for that. There we go. Okay. So we've got a couple of, looks like parallel ports on the side. We've got an unlit indicator with NSA on it. We've got a couple of, looks like S-video or PS2 ports. If I keep rotating it around, there's our timer. We've got some more buttons, some more wires. If I look at the top, we have a single battery, another parallel port. There's our serial numbers. Some of the things that you have to do require to know what that serial is. So I might list some of this stuff off to our bomb diffusers right away. I'll say serial number ends in an 8 and has a vowel. That's all they need to know. They don't need to know the entire serial number. They just need to know that it has or doesn't have a vowel and what it ends in. We've got, looks like 3 parallel ports in total. That's these pink ports. So that might become important later. And I don't have any indicators that are actually lit. I just, that would be, this NSA one would be an indicator that is unlit, so it is not important. And I only have 1 battery, so that is important. How many batteries are on the bomb will become important later. So that's what I would tell them. I would say, no lit indicators, 3 parallel ports, 1 battery, serial number has a vowel, ends in an 8. That's how I would start. Then I might start with, let's go with something easy. The button. We've got a button here, it says detonate on it, and it is yellow. So, with that information in mind, the person whose job it is to look for this stuff, I'm looking for buttons. Yeah, there it is. Okay. It says detonate and it's yellow. So it says abort. Okay, I skipped that one. If there's more than 1 battery, well, there's not. If the button is white, well, it's not. If there are more than 2 batteries, there aren't. If the button is yellow, hold the button and refer to releasing a held button. So I'm going to hold the button down, and you see there's a blue indicator that shows up there. So I come down here and I look at blue. Release when the countdown has a 4 in any position. Well, we just got to wait 4 more seconds. There we go, green light. That one's solved. All right, so the next interesting one here, this is a real hard one here. This is who's on first. So you've got 6 buttons and then an indicator up there. Now, who's on first refers to the old-timey joke radio show where, oh, hold on, this is a needy module, kind of. If we go over to It's just there to be annoying. You could actually mute the game and not even worry about that. Okay, so we're gonna go over to who's on first and we're gonna open it up. Now what all I need to tell the person is I'm looking at who's on first. And the word is read, R-E-E-D. Spell it out. And so here's what we have here. We have, this is who's on first. All the person needs to know is the word on top. And we're looking for read. And we're gonna ask them, bottom left. Bottom left, like, L-I-K-E. Spell it out. And we click on it. No, we don't click on it. Haha, that's a trick. All right, there, T-H-E-R-E. We're just supposed to look at it. That's what the eyeball said. T-H-E-R-E. Do not click on it. There, T-H-E-R-E. What's on the bottom right? U, Y-O-U. Okay. Now we know it's Y-O-U. We're gonna find Y-O-U on the back of this page, page 10. That's where we find out what to click on. So Y-O-U, Y-O-U, Y-O-U. Here we go. Sure. Not there. U-R. Not there. Your, Y-O-U-R, there it is. Okay, that's the one we have to click on, your. Okay, so that's how you do that. And it's gonna be a series of these. You're gonna look at the top, so LED, I'll do one more, LED. LED. Right here, what's on the middle left? Middle left is the letters U-R. Okay, so U-R, done. Do we have done? Yes, we do. We have done, that was the easy one. Okay. And then the last one, O-K-A-Y. O-K-A-Y. Right here, top right. Top right is the word uh-huh, so U-H, U-H. The letters U-R, no. The letter U, there it is, yes. Okay, so that one's done. Here's simple wire, or here's actually, it's not simple wires, it's actually something a little different where we are looking for, so this is simple wires, this one's pretty simple. Let's see if I have a simple wires to show you up here. Yeah, so this one we tell them we have 6 wires, red, black, white, black, black, red. On this page, we would go down to 6 wires, and then we would have written that down on our notepad, and we would say, okay, I know what wire combination he's got, let me get back to you. And you would just basically work out the problem. And then a minute or two later, you say, hey, I've got the wire to cut, and you tell them which wire to cut going off of the 6 wire diagram here. This right here is a memory problem. Not specifically memory, though. This is cross wires. Let me see if I can find it for you before the timer runs out. Ah, here's complicated wires. Let's go back to that up here. So if I rotate the bomb around, complicated wires. So we've got a LED indicator, a wire color, and a star or no star. And that's all you see here. So you've got a no indicator, so no LED. So it's not going to be in this circle. It is going to be in the red circle. It's a red wire, and it has a star. So if it's just red and star, you cut it. And I like to color code mine. Passwords, there's going to be words spelled out, and you just want to know what word you can spell using the letters involved. You usually only need the first 3. Symbols. Symbols are going to look like this, and are going to have a page. We're going to go ahead and let the bomb blow up. So here's the passwords. So you go up and down on these little markers here and try to find out what words can be spelled with the 6 or 7 letters that are in each column. They're only going to be one of these words. So the bomb just blew up. That's fine. We can still go through the manual. Here's mazes. Mazes are going to look like a Connect 4 grid. And there's going to be 2 circles on each maze that tells you which maze you're looking at. And I've gone ahead and written on mine each one. So I've got a dot here at 1, 5 and 6, 4. I also have, and then this one over here, I've got 2, 3 and 5, 5, etc. The person that is doing the bomb is going to have a white marker. That's where they are in the maze. And then they might have a red marker. And then they're going to have controls for up, left, down, and right. And so if we know this is the maze, because we told them 2, 3, and 5, 5, and we know we're starting here, and we know we're trying to get here, you're going to tell them, okay, right, down, left, down, down, right, up, and bam. That's that. Pretty simple. It's going to look like that. It's going to have the 4 buttons on the side for them to control. Wire sequences. So this is that one that had the crossed wires on the screen. The way that this is interesting. This is one that you really need the pad for, which is why you really want to write this stuff down. So let's say we've got a black wire going from 1, and you always start 1, 2, 3, regardless of where they end up. All right, so we've got a black wire going to C. Well, we know we're going to cut that because if we take a look at our black wire occurrences, the very first time a black wire occurs, if it goes to C, you cut it. So we're going to write here, when we know that we're going to wire sequencing, we're going to do red, blue, black. And then I'm just going to put a hash mark every time one shows up, so we know a black one showed up there. If this one here is also black, let's say, and it's going to A, well, that's the second time a black wire has shown up, and we cut that one too. So we put black, we put a second hash mark down. This third one, if it's blue and it's going to B, well, that's the first time a blue one's ever shown up, right? So we look at blue, it's going to B, we would cut that too, and we would mark it whether or not the wire was cut. This is just how many times a wire has shown up so far, so we would know which one to read from. And that's wire sequences. The other thing that you need this notepad for is memory. So let me see if we can find memory. Morse code is pretty self-explanatory. There's going to be a beeping light, a blinking light rather. The person on the screen has to look at the light and tell you if it's dots or dashes. Usually the first 3 or so letters will get you to a word on this list, and then you tell them 0.542 if it's the word leaks. They would adjust this to 3.542 and try it, and hopefully they get a green light. This one's actually really hard as the reader to denote the blinks. We've done who's on first. Symbols, so let's just code this symbol here. You don't need the notepad for symbols, it's real simple. So let's say this is what I'm looking at on the screen. You've got, and I like to make up words for these, so I've got lightning bolt, Disney swirl, backwards C with a dot, forward C with a dot. Okay, so as I was saying that, you should be looking for those symbols. So I've got the lightning bolt, but I don't have the Disney swirl. So that totally knocks out this column here. Over here, I've got the no lightning bolt. No lightning bolt. No lightning bolt. Or did it? Interesting. I don't think this one is actually solvable. That's funny. So we've got backwards C here. Well, anywho, so you would just I like to put my fingers on it, so I would do lightning bolt, and then I would put my finger on Disney swirl, if it was, let's say it's this one, and then backwards C, forward C, right? And then I would do it in that order, so I would say, okay, you're going to press forward C, lightning bolt, Disney swirl, backwards C. And they would press it in that order. They would do that, in the order that it shows up in this column. And then you ignore the other columns that don't have all 4 characters. We did the button, so you just read off what the button says and what it is, and if you have to hold the button down, you go by the color of the strip on the right. Alright, I'm going to look for memory. And again, complicated wires, definitely suggest getting the color-coded version of this. I'll have a link for that on either below this video or in the TeamSpeak description. Here we go, memory. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. It's going to have a big number up top, which is going to tell the person reading the manual which button to click. And then it's going to have 4 randomly generated numbers underneath. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. And basically, what you have to do, if I can find my pen here, is I like to write them all down. Now, you don't have to write them all down if you're real fast at this, but basically when this shows up, it's going to actually show up these 4 numbers first, and then it's going to give you this number. So to save some time, I'll write 1342, 1342, and then 1. And then I'll circle the one that the user pressed. So let's try to decode this one. So first instance, actually this is, well, this is instance 3, but we'll pretend it's first instance. So 1342, big 1. 1342, big 1. So if the display is 1, press the button in the second position, which is a 3. So I would tell them to press the 3, and I would circle the 3. Then 4 new buttons would show up, and a new big button would show up. And as it happens, I'm writing them here. So I would write like 3, 4, 2, 1, 4, and then I would circle whatever it tells you to do in the second one for 4. So it would be, it displays where press the button in the same position you usually press in stage 1, which was second position, not the same label, but the same position as in the first one. And that's why you have to remember which one you pressed and what position they were in. I think that covers most of the things. The complicated wires is really hard unless you have a color-coded thing. The wire sequencing, as long as you write down how many times you've seen them, it's not so bad. Who's on first can get complicated unless you tell them, look at, or what's on top right. Make sure you ask what's on top right, and then they actually spell it out for you, like Y-O-U instead of just the letter U. So that's something to keep in mind. Symbols is real simple. You just use the same column that all 4 characters are in. Simon Says is pretty interesting. Like normal Simon Says, if it presses red, you would press red, but it's not. So if you've had strikes, they change. If you have a vowel in your serial number, then they change. But it's not too hard after that. And then that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found this useful, and good luck on your bomb diffusing.